plus other benefits. So we can start using that as a benchmark, Mr. President.
I think that the 5,000 is masyadong maliit ngayon. Uh, Considering the attendant danger to the guys, medyo they should be given more. You take into account the possibility of danger na they themselves will get because of they have to go near and they have to treat those people. I will increase, hindi ko pa masabi magkano, wala mang budget dito. Wala. Ikaw, Bong.
Mr. President, yung 5,000 that's on top of a much higher compensation. Parang ko lang ho yun, dagdag lang ho yun doon sa binibigay natin ng mga salaries sa ating po mga healthcare workers. So tama po kayo, 5,000 is a pittance that will not really attract or properly incentivize these volunteers, no? Considering the risk that they will face. So a much higher amount is in order, Mr. President. Salamat po.
I agree with you. And I have, well, to those who are entertaining the idea of getting into the role of volunteers, I will raise the amount. Basta total, ano man naman yung pera, ubusin na natin yung pera itong gobyerno to para sa inyo. Kung wala na, maghintay na lang tayo ng lahat. Just, but I do not think that we'll run out of money. Secretary Dominguez is a very resourceful person. Wala naman tayong, nandyan naman ang World Bank, maghiram tayo kung wala na pera. Pasalamat rin tayo doong tumulong dito, but I would do it during my extra time later. I would like to thank the people and the countries that extended their helping hand. So, let us complete our story here about the COVID. I now call on Dr. Marisa Alejandria. He is the member of the technical group of COVID-19 and infectious disease expert.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Thank you for this opportunity to share information also on Omicron and to remind our public on how to prevent transmission of this new variant. The concerning feature of this variant compared to Delta, again, we'd like to emphasize the high transmissibility of this variant. So, mas mabilis po siyang makahawa, kaya ang advice po natin sa public is to isolate right away, even if with just very mild symptoms. No? Kahit wala pang result, kahit walang test, at wala pang resulta yung test, dapat mag-isolate na po kasi mabilis po siyang makahawa. Buong household, madaling mahawa. Kaya ang isa naming recommendation nga po is mag-isolate na yung buong household once merong isang may symptom. So, may mga guidelines po on how to manage mild cases at home na ipapamahagi namin sa publiko para hindi na po sila kailangan pumunta sa ospital kung mild lang yung cases, mild lang yung symptoms na nararamdaman, bakunado, so pwede po silang alagaan sa bahay para hindi po mapuno ang ospital. Preserve natin yung hospitals for the severe and critical cases and for other cases na non-COVID na nangangailangan ng hospitalization. So, yun po ang pakiusap natin sa publiko. And then, wear mask properly pag lumalabas ng bahay. Then of course, hand hygiene pa rin. Lagi tayong maghuhugas ng kamay. And then we avoid crowding, super spreader events. So kung pwede pa rin talaga iwasan yung translasyon, Chinese New Year celebration, tsaka yung Santo Niño, no? I think that will help, no, in the next few weeks that we expect the cases to still continue to rise dahil mabilis nga po itong variant na to. So, and then we can also have teleconsults, no? Dito pwede yung ating mga postgraduate interns, volunteer doctors, no? We can utilize them for teleconsults, telemedicine, to provide guidance to our community who are experiencing symptoms to assure them that they can be managed at home. Yun lang po, Mr. President. Thank you.
Salamat, Doktora. Then, Dr. Cynthia Saloma, the Executive Director of the Philippine Genome Center.
Good evening po, Mr. President, and thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to you and to the Cabinet today. Gusto ko lang pong sang-ayunan yung mga advice ng ating mga public health experts tungkol po sa mga things that we have to do and the things we have to prepare. So yung sasabihin ko po, Mr. President, dagdag na lang ito sa mga advice nila. I think, Mr. President, honestly speaking, it is very important that we prepare our public for the daily news na talagang tataas at tataas ang kaso, primarily because of the nature of the Omicron variant. So, Mr. President, if you look at the data from the other countries that are experienced with the Delta, Alpha, and Beta before, normally po, President, yung ating mga cases dito sa Pilipinas, yung peak natin nagdi-delay ng mga 1 month to 2 months. Pero itong Omicron, ang bilis ang pagtaas na. So we're looking at figures na 5,000, tapos 10,000, tapos 70,000 today, and tomorrow it will be much higher. So it's very, very important that we manage these numbers as perceived by our public kasi tataas talaga po ito, Mr. President, considering the fact na yung signature ng Omicron, hindi gentle wave, is always like a needle ang taas-taas niya, no? So that is one that we have to manage. And of course, we know that because of our vaccination and prior exposure, ang mga cases in general, milder and asymptomatic. But because of the sheer number of potential cases po, President, sa Omicron, meron talagang mag-overwhelm o dadami ang ma-ospital. Kaya ito importante nating pag-andaan. Tapos, Mr. President, isa pang importante din, and this is also the experience of other countries, is na-overwhelm po yung testing centers. No? So, ang haba-haba ng mga linya. So, you will notice, for example, Australia with 92% vaccination, 64,000 po yung positive nila kahapon or today. And of course, France with 300,000. And other countries, these are countries with much, much better resources than us. And yet even their testing centers are stretched. Kung minsan nagkukulang po yung kanilang kits. So siguro paghandaan din natin together with the DOH and other government agencies kung paano po natin i-maximize itong testing kasi we don't want na yung mga tao manghaba-haba ng linya nandoon sa labas ng testing centers nagpapatest. So there should be preparation on how best to maximize the testing. Possibly, we should only test healthcare workers, those with comorbidities, and those na 60 plus and above. Kasi I already anticipate, Mr. President, that this will happen. As the cases, if the peak of Delta is about 26,000 in September, we can anticipate based on experience from other countries, double, triple, 4 times this amount. And for that value to be there, the testing should be 5 times that number. So it's very, very difficult to reach those numbers. So it is very, very important that we prepare for that possibility at the level of the testing. Siguro, i-maximize natin yon. And at the same time, Mr. President, on the one hand, we would like to assure our public that with vaccination and the practicing of our public health measures, ang ating pong kaso mas kaunti yung mapupunta sa ating mga ospital. But because masyadong maraming kaso at may mga tao pa rin hindi na-vaccinate, then it's going to fill up some of our healthcare facilities. So these are the things that we have to plan out and prepare our public for. Eventually, Mr. President, bababa din itong kaso, but we do not know how the peak will happen and what is the time frame that this will do. Based on the experience of other countries, it's about 4 weeks, but we don't know the peak that we will reach. But in the meantime, lahat ng magagawa natin at mga preparations na magawa natin kailangan we have to put in place. At marami na rin po tayo, Mr. President, natutunan tungkol sa Delta. Pero yung Omicron is a different animal altogether because ang bilis talaga po niya, President, tumaas eh. Can you imagine values 5,000, 10,000, 17,000 tomorrow and the next day, ilang numero ito. So this is something that we have never seen before, but of course we are protected with our vaccination. But it is also very, very important that we prepare our public for the numbers that will come out as the daily reports are released by the Department of Health. Yun lang po, Mr. President.
Salamat po, ma'am. Let us proceed with the reports from the field. Of course, we have Secretary Anyo, who will report on us on the prevention, implementation of prevention and detection, isolate, treatment of reintegrate vaccination, PDIR plus B. You have to explain this to us. To me, hindi ko intindihan to. NCR updates and that belongs to chair of the MMDA, Attorney Abalos. Secretary Anyo, can you proceed?
Thank you, Mr. President. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Please, next slide. Mr. President, ito po yung ating paghahanda na ginagawa dahil po sa ating Omicron. Ang ating pong LGU ay nagsasagawa ng more aggressive PDITR or prevent, detect, isolate, treat, and reintegrate plus vaccine strategy. So makita po natin dito sa ating datos po, meron po tayong enough contact tracers po nakadeploy. Ito po mga barangay health emergency response teams ang ating inaasahan ngayon dahil sa dami po ng hawaan ngayon ay umaasa po tayo sa granular lockdown at house lockdown. Katulad nga po ng sinabi na kung meron pong isang nahawahan, more or less ay buong pamilya na po. Kaya mag-house lockdown tayo. At meron naman po tayong enough medical personnel din po. Sa atin naman pong isolation and treatment, ang ating pong mga quarantine facilities ay naka-ready na rin po ang isolation facilities. At hinikayat po natin na talagang yung mga severe po lamang ay i-reserve natin sa mga hospital. At kung maaari dahil naman po mild naman yung mga symptoms, ay pwede na pong home quarantine at home care na lang. At sa vaccination naman po ay meron po tayong pinaplano uli, katulad ng sinabi ni Secretary Charlie Galvez ng isang another national vaccination. Kasi ito po yung nakikita talaga natin panlaban sa ating bagong Omicron variant. Hiningi po namin yung cooperation at support ng ating mamamayan, be responsible for your own family. Kung meron pang hindi bakunado sa inyong pamilya, kayo na po sana ang mag-encourage at mag-influence para po dalhin sa ating mga vaccination sites, lalo na yung mga A2 at A3. Itawag po natin sa ating mga LGUs, may programa po tayo para magbahay-bahay. Next slide. Additional din po, Mr. President, dahil po nga nagkakaroon ng parang artificial shortage sa mga gamot, kahit po sana natin yung mga mamamayan natin na huwag mag-panic buying. We have enough medicine po para to treat yung symptoms, pero yung iba kasi ay nag-i-stock na sa bahay, kaya po nagkakaroon ng panic at ang pagtingin po ay parang nagkakaroon ng shortage. So sana po ay makisama ang lahat sa ating, kayang-kaya naman natin pong labanin itong Omicron variant na to. Kanina po sa aming pagpupulong sa IATF ay magkakaroon po ng mga pagbabago sa mga palisiya, lalong-lalo na po sa isolation sapagkat nakikita po natin